Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video about Eagles to Glory and why this set of rules is ideal to play large solo Napoleonic game. This set of rules is brilliant. It's made by these two guys, Chris and Tim, and is very easy to learn but grant lots of satisfaction, especially if you are going to play large battle on division or even corps rule. I managed to play in a day the entire Grand Army at Austerlitz against the Austro-Russian alliance, so it's easy to manage, and this because one single base represents an entire battalion. And let me say that if one is starting to play from zero and want to start large battle, the paper miniatures is dirty cheap to start and save your eyes and your time because they are just painted, and it really depends on your flavor and your opponent. If you usually play few games but large one, you can invest in painting small miniatures, but if you are start to zero, as I have to do for this scale of miniatures, this saved my life, because the game is great, but the idea to paint million of small 6, 10, 15 millimeters miniatures take me aback. Then I discovered this great set of paper miniatures, but there is a lot of other firm out there, and as I say, it's dirty cheap. It's ideal for people that have not time or the will, the strain to paint so many small miniatures, and that's it. And now moving in, tell you why Eagles to Glory is a great solo game. Eagles to Glory is great to play solo game, and let me show you why. Playing solo means that you have to cope with both the army, and this game are easy to learn but have few rules to keep in mind. There is no tons of special rules for the French, for the British, for the Austrian, etc. The miniatures, the battalion, essentially have the same rules. What is changed is determined by few table here and by the status of the troop. And this status is easy to have. For example, this battalion here is rated C, which is a halfway training set for at the troop. Is going to A, the best class, to D, the lowest class. Okay, C is in the middle, and this determines the quality of the troop that come into account when you are ordering, so moving them or fight against another battalion. As I said, it's easy to manage both the army because you need this sheet of paper here with all the table that you need and a couple of dice. You have everything you need on this sheet of paper here. Really do not need to constantly go back to the rule book, and essentially you need this table here that easy to remember. After a couple of games you will remember everything, and sometimes you need to add a spot on this, but it is a question of playing few games and you will memorize all the bonuses. And this table here that determines the fight between infantry and infantry, infantry square, infantry cavalry, or heavy cavalry and infantry, etc. Crisscrossing, you have the result that you need to destroy or disorder the battalion. And again, here you have the modifier. The rest of the information are useful but not essential to play at the moment, so very few things to remember. The last battle I scarcely use the fighting table or the movement table. Then you need this one. You need two dice to all your army. a d10 for initiative and movement, a d20 for the fight, and that's all, because you resolve one battalion at a time, or one division or corps or brigade at a time. So this d10, the result for the moment, is applied to all the division, all the brigade, all the corps, whatever you decided to use, whatever scale of your army are going to use. And the d20 is roll once at a time for the fight, so one is more than enough. The only downgrade that at the beginning, but it's my fault, my inexperience for this, is labeling the troop, because every battle you have to label which troop is and is stat. This is the 1st Division, status C, have a skirmisher in the row. And the 1st Battalion, every time I say this one is the 11th Leger 1st Division, this one is the 36th line, but every battle you have to change the label. Then I talk with Chris, and with his suggestion I find the final solution for me, that is this one. A simple system of color. Everything is rated C, otherwise I back in a second if something changes. Everything is rated C normally. So for the French, we have the French in the peninsula and the French on the continent. For the French in the continent, we have the 1st Corps. In the peninsula, they became the 1st Division. They are green, they are all rated C. Grenadier are rated B, Imperial Guard are rated 1, but in the peninsula they became the 6th and the 2nd Division rated C. And this allowed me to do this. If you want, you can, for every single battalion, sign which battalion is. Otherwise, it's more easy, because this one is always the 1st Corps or 1st Division, rated C, skirmisher. If, and this is the contribute of Chris that's helped me in this, if in as a particular battalion you need to have some of your C-rated skirmisher unit, you can add a small post-it on it to remember that they are not rated C but B or D or whatever. So you don't need, I don't need to relabel every base in my army every time I want to play a different scenario. And this really helps, because the relabeling work looks easy but take a long time to prepare Austerlitz. I need 3 days to label all the Grand Army and the Austrian and the Russian allies, and only to be relabeled next one, and this really frustrated me. But now with this system it's much more easy, because the British 1st Division is always the British 1st Division, and inside the 1st Division I will have a guard rated R, and for example the King German Legion rated C, and something change, a simple piece, a strip of post-it to remember the change, and I do not need to relabel every time, and this make the things not only easier but quicker, because if I want to play Eagles to Glory, I just have to take away from the shelf my miniatures, deploy and play. And speaking about play, solo game usually consume lots of time. Let me say that Eagles to Glory allow you to play a larger battle in few hours. A very large battle. When I play Valor and Fortitude, I play large battle in 3 to 4 hours from deployment to put them back in the shelf. As I said, with Eagles to Glory, half the time for a small engagement, and at the same time 3 to 4 hours a solo game is for a battle larger as Austerlitz. And this is impressive because you can do essentially whatever you want. Now I play large battle on with Eagles to Glory and the small engagement, casual engagement with Valor and Fortune. Both are satisfied in there essentially, and that's it. This video is not to show you how to play, because there are a lot of information about this on the Eagles to Glory YouTube channel, so you can find them. But any comments and question and idea is welcomed. So if you want to ask anything, even about how to play or something else, let me know it in the comment below. And if you like the video, please press the subscribe and the bell button to be adjourned when the next video will come out. Thank you for watching, happy wargaming, and bye bye.